Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostip and this is going to be part 39 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Egypt. And before I get into things, I do want to apologize for the last two episodes and kind of for the headspace that I was in while recording those. Wasn't the best headspace and it wasn't the best episodes. So I did kind of rush through things. In some ways, hey, you know, I burned through many turns, especially in that last episode. But then even 2 episodes ago where I skipped that battle and auto-resolved that battle for Armenia, that felt pretty rough as well. So apologies for that. I'm feeling, more ready to actually dig into things in this episode. With that being said, there isn't much left to do. And that is, you know, a big reason why I was able to burn through so many turns in that last episode is because, there's not much to do. As far as glorious achievements is concerned, I'm ahead, and it looks to remain that way. I mean, the Byzantines and the Italians are the next closest factions. The Byzantines are still around, and they are performing admirably. I'm very impressed by the fact that they are still existing. And, and look who it is. The Russians have actually finally expanded past Novgorod. They've taken Muscovy, and they are working on taking Smolensk as well. That's interesting. That is going to pressure the Mongols a little bit in this region. There's not much Mongol presence left. Well, yeah, I guess there is. Khazar, Pereslavl, Volga, Bulgaria. So yeah, there is still, you know, Crimea. Especially Georgia as well. There is still plenty of Mongol presence, but the more it is pressured, then the less pressure that will be on me. So that's fine. And the only really contentious issue has been the naval conflicts. Dealing with the Mongols and the French on the seas has been the only thing that I've had to really contend with in the last while or so. So let's kind of get this boat out of here. I'm assuming, what do they have? Do they have a Bagla? 0 stars, I have a Dhow. So let's get the Dhow out and let's bring in the Baglas. 3 stars. Let's sink that boat. Let's get it. And yeah, I mean, for now, I am liking this pared down military or naval ideas that I had, you know, just keeping the Dhows, just a single Dhow in each of the coastal sea regions, and then keeping like a couple 4 Bagla fleets in my deep sea regions, and then keeping my big boats into my defense fleets along my own home provinces. That feels good so far. I mean, I did it at a point in the campaign where I was already the master of the seas, so it was easier for me to do it. But it's something to consider going into further campaigns, just to kind of keep things a little bit more minimalized when it comes to my spending and my building and all that. So with that being said, that's one of my last remaining missions for this campaign, is to sort of figure out how I want to keep my defensive garrisons on my frontier regions and deal with, you know, how am I going to deal with any incursions into my territories? I imagine the Mongols will take advantage of this, but, you know, hey, I got citadels, I got, well, that's just a fort. So that could be a problem, but yeah, I'm going to have to deal with that here in Armenia. Okay, that's fine though. Lesser Armenia has a citadel at least, and they do have demi-culverin towers and a barbican. So that's strong. Yeah, that's strong. And I can put some soldiers in there and then disband the rest. And that's going to be my idea essentially, is I want to basically just have a handful of standing armies and then the rest of it just like a handful of garrisons scattered in my frontier provinces. And that's kind of it. Like, that's what I want to sort of aim for in future campaigns. Again, just to kind of get rid of the excess and the maximalism and all that. It can kind of make things matter less, you know? It kind of makes the generals and the governors matter less when there's so many of them. And it can make it hard to concentrate on, like, keeping, you know, core veterans and, you know, all that sort of stuff. It kind of takes you out of the game when you just have so much to look at. So, that's going to be something that I kind of keep an eye on in future campaigns. So I want to see how this looks, and that's going to give me an opportunity as well to test out what does a jihad look like coming from a zero-zeal province like Egypt right now. because I had an event in the last episode that reduced the zeal down to 0 here in Egypt. And the only reason why I have any zeal at all in Arabia is because of all these imams. So I have 47% here instead of like the 70 something that it was before. So those are going to be like the few key things I want to keep an eye on in the remaining turns of this campaign. We are in the year 1415, so yeah, we're coming along. We're getting there. We are getting there. Now I have pulled back my soldiers from Tunisia, and let's see how long it takes before the Almohads strike out at me. I do have my garrison here in Tunisia, and I have actually placed a bit of a garrison, not a full one, but I have something here. I mean, yeah, it is a castle, so it can't hold as many troops. So there is that. But it's not like, you know, before I had just had a couple peasants defending it, and I actually won that battle, so that was fun. The Almohads lost Granada to rebels, so I wonder, would they be open to a ceasefire by any chance? Yeah, let's check in on that. And the Mongols, I kind of doubt it. Don't ask them very often, but maybe it's worth checking in on them. Oh, here you are. I guess, do I want a ceasefire? The French won't, because they do have a crusade currently on the way. Here it is. There's only 462 men in it, so yeah, it's not going to be able to accomplish much. I'm going back to training up or building jihad markers here in Arabia so that I can, you know, send more than just one jihad from here. And, yeah, I'm pulled back troops from Lesser Armenia as well. Now, I'm still building stuff here in Armenia, so I'm going to just keep these stacks here just because I don't want to get that, what is it, the farming upgrades. I don't want that to be interrupted. And yeah, there's a good chance that I'm going to have to go right back in and defend Lesser Armenia from these Mongols, but let's just try to see how it goes here. Yeah, let's just drop the save and let's check it out, because I would like to get a chance to get these armies consolidated back in Syria, and then get down to like an infantry kind of army, and then maybe like a skirmish-based army, and then maybe like a heavy cav / attacking kind of army. And yeah, the Almohads immediately sense weakness, and they immediately bring soldiers from Morocco into Algeria. So let's see, the Byzantines are going to retreat from the Mongols here in Carpathia. Okay. And the papacy is retreating from the Mongols here in Papal States. Okay, alright, yep. Actually, yeah, the Mongols are attacking Rome right now, and the Papal States. Yeah. Papal States are in some issues. Yes, they are. And, yeah, the Mongols don't want that ceasefire. Okay. No attack here. That kind of shocked me. That's a little surprising. Interesting. And the French Crusade's going to get stuck here in Trebizond. Yeah, the Mongols are, or not the Mongols, but the Almohads are going right on in. They did not bring enough soldiers. And I am losing generals to assassins here in Armenia, so I'm going to have to step up the security measures. I have a spy here too, so yeah, you got to step up. You got to do your job, dude. And that's, yeah, the Almohads. So like, just my garrison by itself is enough to scare away the small Almohad force here that attacked. Alright, the papacy, or sorry, the Golden Horde is retreating from the Papal States. And we did sink that Mongol boat in the Adriatic as well. Alright, utterly fearless. +2 valor, +2 morale. Yeah, that's awesome. This man wouldn't even know how to spell fear, let alone feel any when confronting his enemies. Hot damn. That's the general, the garrison general here in Antioch. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Who are you? It's you? Nice. Too bad you're very lazy. Yeah, you've lost 2 command from that. That's unfortunate. But you'll fight hard. There is that. At least there's that. Moving on to the next turn, one of my heirs has matured, Prince Asali, and I'm thinking he should be the next in line now. I think. I can't quite remember. It's hard to keep track of all of these things. But he is, let's see, the 6 sons? I don't think they're all sons. I think that some of them are brothers, but let me check in on that. And the Almights have accepted the offer of a ceasefire. Wow, okay. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I'd love to see it. I'm surprised. I will take that. So Prince Asali, Pride, so that's +3 Valor, -2 Acumen, -2 Command, so that's shitty, but the valor is good. Natural leader, so +2 morale, +1 loyalty. And what's the deal? So you are the next in line. Good. So I like having young people be the next in line. So that part's good. I thought, were you up here? No, you're here. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you are the next in line. Yeah, I prefer to have some more acumen on you. But that's fine. Yeah, dread's useful. And the fact that you're young, you're probably going to be the last Sultan of this campaign would be my guess. Because, yeah, Sultan Amastali III is 53 years old, so he's getting up there in age. And I'm just about at the point where I'm just about ready to... Like, I got my 3 armies together that I want to keep for the most part. I just have a couple more units that I need to train up because I was a little short of the exact compositions that I want. And then I'm ready to I'm almost ready to disband like everything else, which is a really nerve-wracking experience for me. But I mean, so far with what I've kept of my frontiers, the Mongols have not attacked me here in Lesser Armenia. So that's interesting. But I would have to imagine they would attack Armenia with the garrison that's going to be able to fit in this fort, which is not going to be able to be much. Maybe I may as well keep like an extra stack there just so that I can keep building these higher level fortifications without getting those build orders interrupted, maybe is an idea. I kind of do want to get attacked at some point though, just so that I can test out the jihad strength with the, the zeal that I'm seeing here. So I kind of do want to get attacked at some point, but, it doesn't need to be every turn for the rest of the campaign. That's for sure. And with those Almahead ports open to trade, I'm now making 4,400, and the last turn I was making 3,700. So that's a good little bump as well. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Mongols, guys, can you imagine how much richer you would be if you were trading with me? It would be a lot of freaking money, guys. Consider it. Please consider it. The other thing that is surprising and encouraging about this is that it's nice to know that factions actually will get ceasefires with you, even if you do own one of their homeland's objectives. Because I do own Tunisia, and that's something that they want. They do really want that province. And the fact that they are so willing to get that ceasefire with me despite that fact is that's encouraging. I was a little worried to think that that was just something that the AI couldn't get past, and that's not the case. They can in certain circumstances. Maybe the fact that we share faith maybe helps. I'm not really sure, but it's not impossible. So that's good to know. I am now finally ready to disband the main bulk of my reserve forces. I have my 3 armies, my 3 standing armies that I want to keep around. I still have a large force of generals that I want to keep around as well. I don't want to waste their command talent. And then my governors as well that are also hanging out here in Arabia with the royal family. But yeah, all of these forces are going to be disbanded. And I'm curious to see what that looks like. Now, it has been a few turns, and the Mongols have not attacked Lesser Armenia. Now, this is not a strong stack, so there is that. They did have another stack initially, but then they attacked Nicaea, took the rebels out of there. The rebels in Rum haven't attacked Edessa at all, so that's nice as well. I'm still not ready. I still need to get some more units up for the standing army that's going to be defending Armenia while I continue to build my keep here. And then I will be disbanding these armies once that's ready to go. So I'm still a little ways away from that, but other than that, it's been quiet here in Tunisia as well, thanks to my ceasefire with the Almohads. Do I even want to get an alliance? Yes, I kind of do. Would they be open to that? Let's check that out and see if they want to get that alliance. Yeah, but I'm curious, but I'm also nervous. But you know what? I mean, it's, the campaign's settled. Let's just kind of, get it done and see what this looks like. Well, how does that look? Oh my goodness, that was a lot of units to disband. I feel naked. Yeah, not gonna lie, but I feel naked in, all of the ways, both good and bad. Like, I'm naked and afraid, but I also feel naked and free. And that's a good feeling in some ways, but also, yeah, also scary. Still, how much money will I be saving now or making? 7,000. Yeah, that's a jump. That's a jump for sure. and I can make more room by disbanding my artillery that I'm not using. I can keep the fun stuff like the siege cannons, but I don't need the mortars, or I can disband the catapults. You know, I can disband all the old-fashioned siege artillery that I've just kind of kept around. But yeah, I can get rid of that, and then yeah, we'll be getting rid of these armies in due time. But already that feels pretty good. And as the Muslims, though, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. You know, having the jihads available again. Maybe these are severely nerfed at this point in the campaign thanks to the reduced zeal. But most of the campaign, you know, having those jihads and be able to launch all of them all at once against any invaded territories is extremely strong. So like you can, you know, have really cheap garrisons due to that. So that's the strength of the Muslim factions. With that being said, knowing that I can actually recruit mercenaries from provinces that do have fortresses is also good news. It's something that I was happy to experiment with and find out that it's true. I'm sure it's less mercenaries that are available, but still, it's not nothing. If I find, like, I know I had some that were, yeah, I can hire, yeah, look, that's Syria. Oh, okay, actually, no, that's not fair because I just disbanded all of those units. Yeah, that's cheating. So what about is there anywhere else that's like super? Yeah, I can get some stuff here in Palestine. Is that, let's go back to Syria and, okay, so never mind. There's only 2 places I can train mercenaries right now, but I don't think that that's like indicative of the typical availability. I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong, but, actually, have I built the inn at every single province? I should go over that and make sure that I have inns available everywhere, just because they are super duper useful to raise sort of emergency armies on the spot, you know? And we have just reached our second to last counting period of this campaign. Another 15 points for homelands. That's not counting what I have gotten for the conquest. And yeah, that's pretty good. What are we sitting at? 193. Yeah, Italy's still hanging in there. It's just so, I'm just so proud of them. You know, they've been here the whole time, and the Byzantines. But the Italians, like, they're really kind of stuck in it. And the Byzantines are. I'm proud of both of them. So far, they've done pretty well. But in this case, it seems like the papacy is kind of like protecting the the Italians from the Mongols, in a sense. Like, did the Italians even border the Mongols? Man, I'm just making up words right now. No, they do not. Like, they're kind of like tucked in here by the Burgundians and by the papacy. So that's probably helping them out. Are they even in fact at war with anyone? They're at war with the Germans. That's it. Other than that, they're pretty chilling. The Byzantines, on the other hand, I have to imagine they're just going at it. It's just been a slugging match the entire time. Yeah, like they used to own like these provinces, I think, and then they're kind of migrating up a little bit. But they've just had to, you know? Yeah, it's been a slugging match. What do they even have? Just the cataphracts, basically. Just surviving on cataphracts, yep. Hey, they have some Varangians. 25 men left in this unit. Yeah, pretty badass. Then what else do they have? Yeah, nothing too impressive, honestly. Probably just getting by on the strength of their generals and their, the general's bodyguards units, essentially, is what I'm kind of seeing here. Yeah, interesting. I know the Russians have their really strong boyar units. Like, these are really strong hybrid cavalry, so that probably does well against the Mongols, I would imagine. And they have Vikings, too. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty cost-effective armor-piercing infantry unit. But yeah, like, if they just sent all these boyars out to, like, conquer stuff, they could probably get some work done, you know? Those are good units. They're tough. They are tough units. Holy smokes, did I just see the English attack? The English just attacked the French. That's insane. I didn't think I was ever going to see the day. I literally was just looking at their armies thinking, gosh, it'd be so nice if they attacked. And they just did. I don't know if it's going to be successful or not, but man, just to see it. Just to see it. So we did sink the enemy. Okay, yeah, cool. I didn't even attack them here. I was waiting for reinforcements, and they attacked me. But I had a 1-star Dow versus the 0-star Dow, so I took my chances, and yeah, they lost. Okay. So we have to fight. We have different objectives. Nope, it's all the same, all the same. All right. Thought there was another boat here. Maybe the Byzantines killed that boat that was in the Adriatic. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I'm more curious about this though. No, the English didn't. They didn't get it done. Looks like there was a fight though. Yeah, they lost some men. Yeah, they lost some men. Their Royal Knights went in there. It's too bad. They could have, like, maybe they sent. Actually, they're kind of banged up too. So yeah, I think they did send their Welsh force as well. And the French held firm, did they not? Yeah. Yeah, they held it. So they're at war now, though, eh? Yeah. You know what, England? I'm proud of you anyway. I'm just glad you gave it your best. And the French are actually cut off because Flanders is the only land bridge to Wessex, so they can't send reinforcements there. Like, guys, if you wanted to send your Northumbrian knights, look at all those royal knights. If they wanted to send them down to Wessex, like, for sure you'll take Wessex. Like, come on, guys. Just leave your, like, dudes up here in Scotland. I know this is a hard province to lock down. So, like, yeah, leave that, but just send down to your knights, guys. Come on. Come on, please. Please. That'd be so cool. And I finally have my standing army ready here in Armenia, so let's go ahead and disband the rest of these troops, and that's going to be it for my reserves, other than, you know, like I said, these core 3 armies. So that's going to be the thing. Like, if the Mongols don't attack Armenia, but there's only 1 stack defending it, plus the small garrison. By the way, this is kind of cute too, because, you know, you get the first tier settlement, you know, defensive structure, like the fort, and it's like, you know, super low tier, right? But then you have like Hashishin, Abyssinian guards, and Orkan guns defending it. Like, it's just like really high-tech stuff and high-tier stuff defending, you know, low-tier fort. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I was thinking, you know, low model counts for the artillery and the Hashishin, and the Abyssinian guards are, you know, solid infantry, only 60 men, so not like a 100-man spear unit. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And that's the thing. If the Mongols don't attack this, like, I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to stop building stuff here and then send my defending stack out. They're basically is like supervising the building projects is kind of how I'm viewing this. But I'm gonna have to stop building stuff and then just send the supervising army out of here and try to get the Mongols to attack me so that I can experiment with my jihads. That's what I'm going to have to do, because right now, like, if they're not attacking me after I disband these armies, then yeah, I have to start doing whatever I can to entice them. And would you look at that? Yeah, Armenia now. Actually, I just realized that yeah, it borders Trebizond, so there's actually 4 Mongol armies that are now bordering me here in Armenia. So yeah, there's definitely going to be an attack. Yeah, there's like almost certainly going to be an attack here. If I were to get attacked, I think that I would still hold my ground with this 1 stack here, just to inflict as much damage as possible. And then yeah, like whatever retreats back to the fort. Like having small garrisons defend like fortresses and citadels, like that's cool. But if I have to retreat back to this fort, like, yeah, I'll just send guys up right away to relieve Armenia, because there's no point. Like, I can't hold a fort, you know, against like actual proper armies. That's a situation that needs to be like relieved right away, you know. Whereas with these things, it's like, yeah, come at me. Yeah, like you want to attack, have you know, good luck. So I think that I would still hold my ground here. And yeah, see what would happen. You know, I'd probably lose, but maybe I can inflict some casualties. We will see. And yeah, now I'm making 9,000. So yeah, that's pretty insane. And let's see, Armenia, can I hire mercenaries? No, I cannot. But I still can here in Syria. Yeah, we have some stuff available here. Hobblers, Mamluk horse archers, pikemen, archers, arbalesters, arquebusiers. Arabia, I could get Mamluk cavalry. Yeah, just the 2 provinces for now. Yeah, it almost makes me wonder, you know, like, should I just knock down my fortresses here in these 3 settlements and then go down to just like having forts so that I have places that can train up mercenaries more reliably? Is that the way to go? Yeah, I'm not sure. Wow, that is shocking. They did not attack me. Wow, okay. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, the French Crusade didn't attack. I mean, they're down to 99 men, so that's understandable, I suppose. But yeah, the Mongols did not attack. All right, well, let's not get too comfortable. Let's keep an eye on things. See what happens here. The fort or the keep will be finished in 1 turn, so that's good news. Now my Sultan has died from an illness. He was like 63, so yeah, he was getting up there in age. And yeah, his son, as we met him earlier, he's pretty young, so we should be in good hands, I think. Let's see here. Silver-tongued Abu Hamu el Mutawakkil. -3 dread, +2 acumen. Well, you're not a governor, so it doesn't really matter. And I think the new Sultan's going to be here in Egypt. Yes, he is. And yeah, 5 influence, that's not bad. Yeah, 3 stars for dread, 2 piety, 1 acumen. Acumen could be better. So let's see, maybe he'll start working on that now that he is a sultan. And does he have... Yeah, no heirs now. So those are all his brothers. They're not in the line of succession anymore. So yeah, he cannot die. He needs to get some sons. Oh, perfect. Nice. Just on time. Yeah, that's what I needed to see. Okay, now we should be okay. Sure. He's not going to be of age until we're pretty close to the end here. But you know what? The fact that we have a son on the way, it's wonderful. I love to see it. And still no attacks from the Mongols. Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, we might have to move this army back from Armenia in an attempt to get them to attack us here. I mean, we don't need a final battle for this campaign, but, you know, it wouldn't be the worst thing either, eh? I have my 20 turn left warning here. Yes, it's the year 1433, or actually 1430, I think it's turning 1434. And, yeah, I got the ballista towers built up here in Armenia, just in case, you know, just working on stuff. A long voyage south. So thanks to royal patronage and encouragement, the Portuguese Gil Annes has voyaged far south across the Atlantic Ocean and along the coast of Africa. His success in traveling so far brings glory to the royal house and opens up new opportunities for welcome trade. There are new trading goods available in Portugal. Good for them. I don't think did the Mongols even build anything in Portugal? They have a port. They have no trading post. That's unfortunate. And they could be making some serious dough. But no. They said no to dough. Alright, well, we are getting close to the end here. And I'm not going to push through it in this episode. I wonder if that means the next episode's going to be very short. I wouldn't mind getting a last battle in if I could. And in an effort to do that, I will retreat this army from Armenia. Maybe I will even disband it. I don't know. But you would think that a faction that I'm at war with 3 stacks on my borders would want to attack me if I were to do that. So maybe we can get a final battle in here for Armenia. But you know what? That's all going to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Conasip playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.